Hi, it's Miss Owen here at BMS, and today I'm going to show you how to solve consecutive integer word problems. So first, what are consecutive integers? Consecutive integers are just counting numbers. For example, if I started with 50, what comes next? 51, 52, 53. Or if we talked about consecutive even or odd, even would be like 2, 4, 6, odd, 3, 5, 7, and so on. So let's look at a couple of examples. The first example states, the sum of 4 consecutive integers is negative 42. What are the integers? So the first thing that you want to write down is your first integer, your second integer, your third integer, and your fourth integer. If my first one is n, to get to that next number, I would need to add 1 to n. To get to the next consecutive integer, I would add 2, and so on. Okay? The sum of these is equal to negative 42. So because it's the sum, we are going to add all of these integers together and set them equal to negative 42. So I have let me use n so I can be consistent. N or x, it's the same thing, but since I started with n, I'll finish the problem with n. N plus my second is n plus 1, plus my third is n plus 2, plus my fourth is n plus 3, equals negative 42. Now from here, you're just solving for n. So let's first combine like terms. I have n plus n plus n plus n. That's 4n. Plus, I have 1 plus 2 plus 3. So that's 6. Gives me negative 42. Solving this equation, I'm going to bring the 6 to the other side by subtraction. I'm left with 4n equals negative 48. The last step is to divide by 4. And n equals negative 12. So that's my first integer. So my first integer is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 1 would be negative 11. Negative 12 plus 2 would be negative 10. And negative 12 plus 3 would give me negative 9. So these are the 4 integers that add up to negative 42. Now if you want to check your work, you can add these together and you will get negative 42. Okay, so let's look at one that has an even or odd. Okay, so question 2. The sum of 4 consecutive even integers is negative 100. What are the 4 integers? So again, we're going to put first, second, third, and fourth. But since they're even, if I start with n, I'm going to have to skip over. Let's just say, to make math easy, if we start with 2, if it's an even number, how are we going to get to 4? Are we going to add 1 like we did here? No, we're going to add 2. So the second one is going to be n plus 2, and then n plus 4, and then n plus 6. Now this works for both even and odd, okay? So it says the sum of 4 consecutive even integers. So sum means to add, so we're going to take n plus 2 plus n plus 4 plus n plus 6, and it says it is negative 100. So set it equal to negative 100. Combine like terms, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 n's on this side, plus 2, 4 plus 6 is 12. So 4n plus 12 equals negative 100. Solving this equation, I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. I'm left with 4n equals negative 112. Last step, divide by 4. And n equals negative 28. Okay, so that's my first number is negative 28. Okay, now negative 28. Okay, so this is my first number, negative 28. Negative 28 plus 2 would give me negative 26, and so on, negative 24, and negative 22. These are my 4 consecutive even integers that add up to negative 100.